And you have joined the Lily Channel, which stands for Laugh, Inspire, Learn, and Innovate. And for today's interview, I am with Snappback Trishauna. Thanks for joining me, Trishauna.
Yay.
The two of us met at Speaker Biz Institute recently, Speaker Biz Boot Camp, and I've got some fun questions for her because I love to help entrepreneurs to get the word out and help them get their business going like crazy. That's part of what this channel does. The rest of it is other human interest stories. Are we ready? This is about 1, 2, 3, 4 questions. Well, first of all, if you can tell me, how did you even hear about Speaker Biz Institute?
I heard when I was a Toastmaster, I'm a Toastmaster, and I heard it. I met the owners of the Speaker Biz through Toastmasters. So that's how I heard about
them. I forgot. That's right. Yeah, you and I were in a boot camp and getting to learn about each other and figure out how to better explain our expertise. But
exactly.
I'm also hoping, could you tell the people where you're from? Because it's not like you're 100% Minnesotan at all. I love to hear about this.
Well, I'm from New Orleans. I lived in New Orleans all of my life up until 1996 when I moved to Minnesota with my 13-year-old son. I was escaping the poverty. I was escaping the violence that I lived in a project and it had become violent. And I had to have a way out for my son so that he wouldn't fall to peer pressure. And so now I am almost half Minnesotan and half New Orleans. So
that's right.
I am spicy and I'm Blaine. I'm like the winter and I'm like
bland.
Stumble.
Yeah, we don't exactly go for that much spiciness around here. We go for flavorful. How about that?
I like that.
Yeah, that's one place. I don't think I have actually been to New Orleans, so I need to visit. Oh, that sounds like a very cool place. And now you're in Mankato, where some of my cousins are from. Oh my goodness, this is really cool. So you're a resilience coach and speaker, right?
Correct.
And strictly for females or whoever?
I primarily work with diverse population. So sometimes mixed male, female, and I have to feel that person meets who I am called to be, and I can help them to become who they are called to be. So most of my clients are females, but I have worked with males, and I have one male I'm working with now. He's in Africa, so I could say yes.
You're globally known. That's pretty cool. So is this channel, by the way.
That's right.
This is fabulous. And you just came out of church, I think. So thanks for fitting me into your schedule. Oh my gosh. Our church apparently closed. So I wouldn't say we're churchless. We're not godless, that's for sure. But anyway, it's not a religious channel. Anyhow, well, if someone were to ask you in a really basic way, like, Trishauna, help me out here. I'm stuck. What do they usually say before they hire you?
Well,
know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, and it's a great question. Oftentimes, people know where they want to go. They just don't know how to get there. So they hire me to help them for direction, clarity, also sometimes mindset, because we get in positions where we feel that, I can accomplish this, and you can. But it helps when you have a coach, because the coach will help you to get where you're going faster. And so that's the reason why most people hire me, because they know they want more, but they don't know how to achieve it.
Yeah. And you also work in the mental health part of human services, don't you?
I work in the mental health. I work for a treatment facility. It's IRTS, and it's intervention, it's rehab. Intervention residential treatment facility.
Okay.
I haven't had to say what it meant for a long time. I stumbled a little bit.
Oh, I hear you. And it's interesting because I was in public health for 15 years, and I'm a certified life coach, but that's really not my expertise, is dealing with mental health issues as they relate to resilience.
A lot of issues are their concerns is more or less, how do I process and continue going? I mean, one girl I'm working with now, she worked in HR, been working in this field forever, and she's about to retire. So we're working to getting her towards where she's going to her next.
Oh, wow.
Whether it be a consultant, because she's been doing HR for 30 something years. So she came in when she was in her 20s, and she's in her 50s now. And so to help her next year to be able to transition from there to here and not have to worry about it. So that's what we kind of been working on. What do she have to bring to the market? She have a lot of skills. There's a lot of things she could help people with. And she and I'm helping her with grief because she just lost her son last year. So it's going on a year. And so what I love about it, that we growing together, because as I work with her and as you work with people, you grow in other areas that you didn't even think that you need growth in. And the reason why I took the speakers boot camp, and that's one of my goals, is to do something that's going to help me professionally and as personal, that I continue to grow, because doctors and people in different fields, you have to have continual education.
Yes.
And that's what I do. And that's what I help my clients with, to continue to grow, because if we don't grow, we become stagnated.
Right. Wow. And I remember hearing some of your writing in our last class, and I thought, this lady's going to publish the most amazing book. I can't wait. It's incredible.
I can't wait either.
I know it's a process. Geez, yuck.
Yeah. The other one I have, I'm a co-author of a book, Emerging. And so it was talking about menopause. And a lot of people don't talk about menopause. And so that's one of the ones that I am a co-author of. But, my desire is to become an author. I'm an author, but I want to be a single author of my own book, and not just compose stories or authors.
So it's interesting to hear what topics people are reticent to discuss. I mean, aging, menopause. I'm thinking, it doesn't make it easier when you don't talk about it. I mean, if anything, it's a relief when you're given some sort of a map or steps or something, right?
Exactly. Menopause or mental illness is almost a dirty word. And when you get stuck, sometimes you get stuck, and it causes you to become anxious. It causes you, to become withdrawn. And so some of those are symptoms. Is not necessarily always depression, but it's symptoms that look like it, or it could become when you don't address situations as they arise. And so that's why sometimes it's good, if there's some mental health. I don't work with people outside of my job with mental illness, or unless I don't work with them, because they're not ready to go to the next level, because you have to first address that particular problem or concern before you can start talking about what you want to do. One girl, I was talking to her, and she have a business, and we talking about it, but right now she's taking care of her mental health. And that's one thing, especially as women, we don't always take care of ourselves. We put ourselves on the back burner, and whatever's left over, we give to ourselves if we get the chance to get there.
Yeah, no, that's very true. I went through a really dark time in 2021 after coaching and training a whole fleet of entrepreneurs, and I just woke up one morning and I said to my husband, Norm, I need help. And he was so relieved that I realized it, because I just thought I sort of lost my sense of identity. And it was like 3 weeks shy of my 50th birthday. So I knew where it was stemming from, but God, it's nasty when you're going through it. And it's especially when you're overall a very happy person, and suddenly you're going, what the heck? Why? And you get nasty thoughts going through your head that you just didn't put in there. So thank God for you. And on a lighter note, now a totally different, how should we say, totally different side of you. So what two things do you do? I'm sure there are many more, but what are two things you do to totally invigorate yourself?
That's a great question. And it's a really interesting question because we don't always think about what invigorates us. And so I thinking about that question, I'm sitting outside. I'm in the sun.
Mm,
And the sun feeds me, but also in my garden. I get out and I weed in my garden because gardening to me is like the person heart. Your heart and your mind, it takes and conceive different seeds. It may be weed seeds or it may be healthy seeds to help you grow and develop. So when I'm out there in a garden, I feel a peace, I feel a release. I feel like I'm walking in a garden, like in
mm,
Genesis when God had created the world and the earth, and I'm just planting. Because if you whatever you plant, it will grow. Whatever you nurture, it will flourish. And so for me in the garden to see my seeds pop up, even though I planted some greens twice and they did not germinate, but still being out there. And,
yeah,
and the hard part is the weeding. But if you don't weed, then the good stuff will die out.
it's very true. And I learned right after a big rain, probably 2 hours after a big rain, that is the best time to weed.
Exactly, exactly. And so that's how it is. When you get a awakened moment, it's time to take out seeds when you know the thoughts are not yours. It's time to replay that's a reality of who you are. Like you said, when you needed help, you had to play, I need help now. I am just not who I am. I'm sunshine, I'm happy, and then took out the other seeds and replace it with good, valuable things. And then the next thing I would say would invigorate me. There's quite a few, but I
Good.
like to be around people. I like to see them grow. I like to see them develop. I like relationship. We talk about five love language.
Yeah.
Um, I know his last name is
Chapman,
Champion,
Gary Chapman.
Chapman.
Yeah, Gary Chapman.
Okay, yeah, Jerry. I thought it was Jerry, but I wasn't
It's
sure.
Gary. Yeah.
Gary, he talks about the five love language. One of
Yeah.
my prominent love language is uh, spending time with people. So time, touch
Mhm.
time. So yeah, that's where I really drive at that. And I have to watch it because I want to spend time, with people, love them. I know some people might have the gift of acts of kindness, you know, um, touch. I love touch, so services. So those things, when you know your love language, then you're better able to be refueled.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the other one, so you were saying to be around people and to be in your garden. Oh, I love it. I don't think I asked you what you've planted, or is it mostly flowers or?
I have a flower garden in the front that I love.
Hmm.
And then I have a vegetable garden so that I could have some
Ooh.
healthy fruits. I have spaghetti squashes, and this year I got a lot. And I
Ooh.
have some yellow zucchini and
Oh,
green zucchini. My
wow.
cucumbers didn't do too well. I have some bell peppers and I have
Mm.
some yellow tomatoes and red tomatoes. I'm excited about that. Just going off the garden. My sister came by my house, seen a ripe tomato, and she picked it off and ate it without having to worry about washing it. But you could rinse it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow. Making me hungry again. And then, well, what do you wish more people would know about you? Whether it's you as just a human being or you as an entrepreneur, whatever that means to you.
Mm. Wow, that's actually a great question. What I would like people to know about me.
Yeah.
I am a gentle person, although I come off sometimes abrasive. So, what I wish people know about me is that I've been through a lot. I dealt with trauma. I was a single mom. I overcame poverty. I overcame feeling of rejection. Feeling not good enough, and I'm overcoming as I go. And I want them to know that I have overcame and you can overcome, because these things do not, the weakest moment do not define your whole entire life. And so sometimes we look at people in their growth stages and we don't understand that they've been through a lot of things. And so because I am so firm in that area that you don't have to stay stuck there, you don't have to sit there and pacify your wounds, you let them heal and move forward. And because sometimes I seem like I'm this strong person and I don't need comfort, but I do. And that's the things I would like people to know, that I love people. I love comfort. I love to be able to grow with you and let you know that your weakest moment today do not define who you are tomorrow.
That's so true. I love it. This is with Resilient by Design. Do you have a wish for who would be the first person to listen to this video? I mean, this interview?
I wish, though, my wish who would listen to this video are people that's lost right now. They don't have clarity. They know what they want out of life, but they don't know how to articulate it. They're working towards the goal, but not knowing how to fit the puzzles and pieces, that they will know that tomorrow is a better, brighter day. So those people, that's who I want to take and glean from this interview.
I love it. I appreciate it. Snackback, did you want to tell the world what the snapback part is?
Well, the snapback is exactly what I said I went through. I didn't get stuck in all of the trauma that I experienced. I didn't stay there. I had to overcome. I had to overcome rejection, not feeling belonging, even in my own family, feeling like an outsider or outcast. But I had to go through it. I couldn't stay there and feel sorry for myself and feel victimized. So the snapback is that snap forward into your destiny and not stay stuck in the situations, because tomorrow, that song say tomorrow it will be a brighter day. I forgot how I go.
Right,
but tomorrow the sun will come out.
Oh yeah,
tomorrow,
that's right. You're only a day
away.
Yeah, I really appreciate chatting with you, Coach Trishauna. And for my two most recent subscribers, that would be Bravo Project Management, as in they're at least based in Plymouth. Thank you, Rocio, as well as Matt Roman with the Pro Lawn Services. He's the president of it. Check out those two companies if you're needing help improving your home or your lawn. Here's the place to come if you want human interest stories. I'm Lily. This was Trishauna. Thank you so much, Trishauna. You're snapping back, or you have snapped back, and that's why you're kicking butt. Appreciate you.
Thank you.